Hey, this is John White with the White Team, and I've got cranberries coming out of my ears. But I'm trying to figure this thing out on the board, and I just wanted to comment on a couple of things. It is my understanding that we have 18,000 barrels of berries coming in every day in a 12-hour period. When you break that down, according to the data, 54% of that is wet and 46% of that is dry. So I've done the math to conclude that 9,720 barrels of wet and 8,280 of dry are coming in. That breaks down to about 810 wet and 690 dry per hour. So we screw around and we don't process anything until 11 o'clock. So by 11 o'clock, we've accumulated 3,240 wet berries and 2,760 dry berries. And now we're going to fire up everything and start processing. So for the first hour, I've got a pile of berries, 2,760 dry berries that I'm going to start running over to the destoning machine. That's the first place the dry berries go. The destoning machines, I've got 3 destoning machines, 1,500, 1,500, 1,500 is their capacity, so I can run 4,500 barrels of dry berries through the destoning process without any problem. Since I'm only going to be sending 2,760 that first hour at 11 o'clock, I got no problem in the destoning area. And we're only talking about dry. Now we're going to go from the destoning to the dechaffing. And I have 3 dechaffing machines. Each one of them can handle 1,500 barrels of cranberries. So that means I can take all 2,600 in the first hour that go through the destoning process, and I can send them through the dechaffing process, the 2,760 that I accumulated over the 4 hours that we were screwing around not processing anything. Now we're going to talk about the wet berries. We got 3,240 barrels of berries piled up at 11 o'clock before we decide to go start processing. Those 3,240 barrels of berries got to head to the dryers. We got 2 dryers. Both of those dryers combined can only put out 600 an hour. Okay, so let's say at 11 o'clock we process these. Those 600 are going to go down here after they're dried. 600 of the 3,240 are going to go down here to dechaffing. So that means the 2,760 dry berries are going to mix with the 600 wet berries that were dry for a total combined amount going through the dechaffing machine of 3,360. Okay, so the dechaffing machines, I've got 3 of those. Each one of those can handle 1,500 barrels. So I'm only sending 3,360 that first hour, so I got no problems on the dechaffing machine or on the destoning machine. Even though we're talking about berries that we've accumulated for 4 hours. So I've got this pile of berries and I got no real issues. The only issue I really have is that I could only dry 600 barrels of berries that first hour. So what that means is that of the 3,240 wet berries, I could only process 600 barrels and convert them to dry. So now in my second hour, I've got to deal with the 2,640 berries that I couldn't dry, 2,640 barrels that I couldn't dry, plus another 690 that's arrived. Because remember, I'm getting 690 per hour. So now I got 3,450 berries in my second hour, 3,450 barrels of wet berries that I got to process. So by 12 o'clock, I've got everything resolved as far as destoning. I got everything resolved as The chaffing, I got no problems there. I got no problems with the separator. Actually, I do have a slight problem with the separator. I can't process all of this stuff from the 4 hours accumulation with the separator the first hour. Maybe the first hour in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I've got it. And from then on, I don't have to really worry because I'm only getting a small amount per hour after that. So I really don't have any problem with the separator. This is not the bottleneck. The separator's only got a problem for the first hour. But I really do have a problem with these dryers. And if I've said something wrong so far, can you please email me and correct me? Thank you.